Good morning, everybody, and welcome into a Thanksgiving edition of Pick'em. And we got Rob in the house today, and you caught me. You caught me. You got that. You got that game. We both gained a game on the leaders, and then still somehow dropped a spot.
Oh yeah, Scott's been doing good. He's picking smart.
He is. He had a big week. I thought I was actually pretty solid picking 11 right, but it was not enough. And so there's that. And of course, if you are watching along with us, this show is brought to you in part by Bet Us. You can use the QR code on the screen up to 125% of your first three deposits, 10% bet guarantee, as we talk about all of the different lines and spreads. You can bet right alongside us here on the Pick'em Show. All right.
Yeah. So, last week was a tough one. I was laughing because me and you talked about it. I was like, I think Houston might win this one. I was going to change it to Houston, but I kept my Buffalo in, and that one.
Yeah. So that was, in fact, let's bring these up. These are the ones that I got wrong. So I know the Bills are beatable, but
I did not see that happening in a straight up. Yeah.
At all. Yeah. I did not have that on my bingo card at all. Yep. Still leads.
We're coming for you. Don't you worry. Plenty of time.
That's right. Yeah.
You're still in my sights. I have steps, my baby steps. Catch Bo, leap Bo.
And you did. You caught me. So we are now tied for third. Scott is in second. My dad is in first place. Although we did gain a game on him because he did have a 4-game lead, and so we've shortened that up to to 3, and Scott has it within 2. The Bills burned me there. I really thought they were going to get it done. The Texans have been so bad. Now their defense is awesome, right? It's the best defense in the league. But the offense has been just anemic at best.
Yeah.
So I didn't see them getting the win. Obviously, that took 8 sacks and a couple of turnovers by Allen to make that happen.
Yeah. No, it was horrible. I started watching that game, and like already by halftime, I was like, oh gosh, I knew I should have took Houston. I was a little depressed on that one, but I honestly, like everybody else, I really, except for you, Joe. Good job on that one. That was a sneaky pick. It's like one of those games, right? When you have to pick the differentiator. That was a good differentiator game. I chose my Browns Raiders one, but to be the differentiator. But yeah, the Buffalo, I did not see coming.
Yeah, the Bills pretty much burned just about everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
Except Joe. Although he would have also had the Cowboys here, so he would have been cleaning up.
Yes.
So
yes, that's.
I obviously took the Eagles there, and for the first half of the game, looked like a good pick, and then they decided to mail it in and go home, and Dallas did just enough to get back in that game, and then of course the other one was the Colts and KC.
Yep.
I took the Colts. Yeah, that's the one you got me on. And the thing is the Colts also looked like the good pick for, about 3/4 of that game. And then they also kind of started mailing it in. Still took overtime for KC to get it done because KC is also not really that good of a team. But, when it comes to KC, it was such a necessary win for them. They had to have it to keep their playoff hopes alive. And even in a loss, like it wasn't a terrible loss for the Colts because you at least got to see how they played against a decent team, right? Not that KC's awesome or anything like they've been over the last 5 years, but the Colts at least showed that they can hang with good teams rather than just beat up on bad teams.
Yeah, they can hang with good teams. They just haven't beaten good teams. There is a difference.
Never pick Dallas ever. That is hilarious. Yeah, it was an ugly game. Like it wasn't. There was actually a lot of ugly games. Let's be honest. Like there was a lot of games that were not amazing.
No, except for our Seahawks game. Loved it. I don't care how lopsided it is when it comes to a beatdown. I love a good beatdown. It's the Seahawks winning. So
Yeah, I mean the thing with that one though is it didn't end up being as big of a beatdown as it was for
no, I
most
know.
of the game.
Yeah.
Like they took their foot off the gas. I hate it when teams do that.
Yep. Agreed. It was kind of we're sitting there at the last minute going, "Oh gosh, really? Are we gonna end up?" I thought maybe overtime. The way that we were playing, like, are we gonna get in overtime? But no.
Exactly. Well, especially because I mean, the Seahawks hate to cover. Like I don't know what it is, but whatever the line is, they're just like, yeah, we're not going to do that, and they will give up garbage time points and play down to other teams' levels just to make sure they'll still win.
That is so true.
But I'm never picking them to cover.
No, that is so true. So true.
Took the parlay. Okay. All right.
Yep. Yeah, he's got the I think the Dallas, Philly.
Yeah, Green Bay.
You're gonna lose that parlay because Green Bay's not gonna win.
Well, any the Bears too, right? What was your parlay again, Joe?
No, Philly. He took Philly. He took Philly.
Yeah, yeah.
Philly, Green Bay, Dallas,
and the Bears. I thought.
No.
Or did he?
I don't think so. Well,
yeah. Drop it in the chat again. I forget what you had on your parlay there, Joe. All right.
Green Bay's
Let's go ahead and switch this over to this.
There you go. The Cincy. I like that one. You took all the away teams.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Cincy. That's right. And this is one where by the end of the show, I might still take the Cowboys here. I feel like no matter what I do with KC, they're going to burn me.
Yep.
I'm
with you. I got Lions. Like if we go down the list, I got the Lions. I'm starting off there. 100% think the Lions are gonna own the Packers today.
Yeah, and the Lions are, they're at home. They're 3-point favorite, which means Vegas is giving them home field advantage. The line has dropped. The over-under has dropped, I should say, to 48.5. I kind of like the over here. I do like the Lions to win. I guess to cover because it'll probably be a field goal, right? So I'd take the push there. When you come down, the Lions are better at just about everything, but not a ton better, right? Like they're just better. So this should be an amazing game, really.
Yeah, no, this is a game. If it was in Green Bay, I'd probably be taking Green Bay.
Yes.
If it's in Detroit, I'm taking Detroit. Yep. And plus, I don't know, it's Thanksgiving. I feel like you can't do your fans wrong. All these fans are giving up your local fans are giving up your Thanksgiving to show up to your game and spend more than hundreds of dollars at this point now. I'm sure some of those aftermarket tickets were thousands. Right. To watch you play, you better win and not spoil a bunch of Thanksgivings. So that's how I feel. Or else you'll be eating turkey for a year because I'll be plucking some feathers here. But
the Lions have dropped a lot of Turkey Day games, though.
No, I know. I just sent you that quote from
Joe
Burrow, which I thought was fantastic. He's like, sitting around on Thanksgiving watching Matthew Stafford throw for like 400 yards to Calvin Johnson and probably losing the game. That was his Thanksgiving memory. I loved it.
And he's not wrong. Like that was really the thing. It was Stafford with the Lions was the ultimate fantasy football stat machine.
Yep.
But if you were a fan of the team, you're like, yeah, we're going to lose.
No, exactly. Exactly. I feel bad. I just feel bad for Megatron because he kind of, Stafford got his Super Bowl. Megatron never got his. And so I feel kind of sad for him on that.
Well, the Lions did Megatron the same way they did Barry. They weren't going to let him go somewhere where he could win. And he was just like, yeah, okay, then I guess I'm done. Like, tired of losing, which I get it. You made all the money and you can't go somewhere to win. How much longer do you want to just beat yourself up in a losing effort? So I get it.
And you're already a hometown hero. So you get free cheesesteaks wherever you go.
Yes. Good
So,
stuff. All right.
yeah, so I'm going Lions. I think Lions are going to cover the spread. I think Lions are going to win by more than 3. Um, and at this point, over under, yeah, I'm going to go with the over 48. I'm going to say it's going to hit like 51, 52.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, right? Like I think it's like a 51 kind of game, and yeah, Lions to cover.
Yeah,
could be by more, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it's a late field goal that makes it happen.
Yeah.
All right. So the second matchup of the day, we have KC heading into Dallas. They are a 3.5 point favorite on the road, over under a 52.5. The thing that's funny is that's probably even a low number.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to have a shootout here. I think there's going to be points. I think Cowboys are going to win, or at least, cover. Definitely if it's a 3, like 3.5, too much for the, like I'd be putting my money on the Cowboys today. I think the Cowboys are going to win flat out. So I did take them. I think they're playing for their life. They've got 2 in a row. They've done, defense has gotten a little bit better since they made that trade for Williams. Kansas City.
People have started buying the Cowboys side because the line opened at 4.
Yeah. And I think, and plus the other thing too is Kansas City in general. I know they don't play it, because they play only so many years, but Kansas City hasn't won in Dallas of all the last like 5 or 6 times they've played. Like Kansas City hasn't won in like 40 years in Dallas. So this would, so if you're going by stat wise, like even like last week when I didn't realize, there were some, some stats like you don't realize that some teams have never won. So I don't know. So I'm going Dallas on this one. I think Kansas City's record still close. They don't win in Dallas. I think I'm going there.
Yeah,
Dallas and the points too.
I think I'm sticking with KC only because
I need my differentiator.
Yeah, well, me too, right? If I'm going to try and climb back in. But yeah, I'm going to take KC here. The offense for the Cowboys is dynamic. No question. KC's defense is decent. And then their offense is good enough, right? So I think they're going to be able to exploit some stuff. The secondary for Dallas is still an issue.
It is.
So I'm going to go with the Chiefs do just enough. I do think it's a shootout, which actually is probably good for the Chiefs. So yeah, I'm going to go.
Do you think the Cowboys can beat the Colts?
What's that?
Do you think the Cowboys can beat the Colts if they were to play? I'm just trying to think, Chiefs coming off that Colts game, the Chiefs looked horrible until they kind of had a comeback. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes has 2 of those in a row in him because I feel like that's what they're going to need again.
Well, I think Mahomes does. I don't know if his team does.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Better put it. So,
I think the biggest thing with KC, and it's not unique to this year, it's actually been kind of a couple of years in a row now, is they have a problem with actually catching the football. There's been a lot of drops. So, but at the same time, when you look at the Cowboys, Pickens has been amazing, but they've had a fair amount of drops with the rest of their receiving core as well. So, I mean, both these teams are very flawed. I'm surprised to see the 70-30 mix. Now, obviously, that's just the way people are betting, right?
Yeah.
70% of America is on KC for this game.
Yep.
I wouldn't expect it to be that kind of split. Like this feels like a coin flip kind of game. Dallas is at home, but that doesn't, they played exceptionally well at home. But we are getting into the later part of the year where they start to kind of fall apart. So this is me trying to convince myself that KC is still a good pick.
Yeah. No, I get you. I'd also look at it as if you wanted some help, like it's not like Dak is undefeated on Thanksgiving. So I think he's 4-4 in Thanksgiving Day games or something like that. So at this point now, he'd be shooting for a positive record. So it's not like he's got like Dallas has this dominant win streak on Thanksgiving Day game. So
No, exactly.
I'll give KC like there's opportunity there. I just think right now the way Dallas is playing, and I think Dallas realizing, I mean, that was a huge emotional win to come off of Philadelphia. Plus, if you're playing for your playoff life here at this point, and every game counts,
Yeah.
especially for Dallas, because Dallas, like you were saying earlier, Dallas is going to have a hard time getting in, even as a wild card, than Kansas City would. Right, so like Kansas City stays afloat if they lose this game, Kansas City still stays afloat. They win it, Dallas loses this game, you're pretty much said their season's over. So who wants to end your season on Thanksgiving in front of all your fans, right? So I mean, like the heart for these guys to me is going to come out today. And so
yeah, I mean,
another dominant win. Like we belong with these two. Look what we did to Philadelphia, defending defending Super champions. Look at what we can do to Kansas City. Like we're in the hunt. We're still here. So I think this is a statement game for the Cowboys. So that's why I got to give it to them. Their heart.
No, I'm with you, except for it's really hard for teams to win after a big emotional win. There's always that emotional letdown. And I mean, you see it happens in the playoffs all the time. Like you get an underdog that has a huge emotional win, and then they just come out flat next week. And I sort of expect to see some of that from Dallas. When you think of just the way they lost at the beginning of the year, they didn't necessarily look amazing that next week. That was an emotional loss, but still those high emotion games, there's always that kind of let down that next week. It's very rare for teams to be able to keep that energy level week to week to week. So, again, I think this is more of a coin flip kind of game. I'm leaning KC. It would not shock me if the Cowboys win.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the evening game tonight, we got the Bengals heading into Baltimore. Ravens are 7.5 point favorite at home, 92% on the Ravens. Joe Burrow is back. So is Jamar Chase. But they still don't have a defense to talk about at all.
No, and they're like historically bad defense, right?
Now, Baltimore's defense isn't great either. So let's not pretend like they're awesome. So when you're looking at the way these things match up, the defense for the Bengals is the worst, right? When it comes to giving up yards and points. The offense for the Ravens is nice, right? Mm-hmm. So the Ravens are going to put up some points.
Oh, yeah.
On the other side, the offense for the Bengals is wildly inconsistent. Like they'll have games where they go off, and then they will have games where they can't figure out how to do anything. So this is a game Baltimore absolutely has to have. The Bengals season's over. So I expect the Ravens to come out with a lot of fight to get back into this thing because they can still win their division.
Yeah, no, I mean, like the smart money right now is put it on the Ravens. I'm doing the same thing. I don't want to take too big of a flyer on the Bengals, but part of me has this mindset, like I did with Houston on Buffalo, that the Bengals are just going to come out and be like, no, Burrow's back. He's been looking at this game for like the last 3 weeks. Like this is all like what they want to do. A division opponent. I don't know if Higgins is back though. So
he is not.
So
he's actually already ruled out. So
that's problematic a little bit for the offense there right there. That's huge. And I think Hendrickson, I don't know where he's at, but
he's out. So
he's out too.
So as it sits right now, you have Brooks out, you have Burton out, Hendricks out, Higgins out.
Yeah. See, like this is what I mean. Like Baltimore on paper, Baltimore wins this game hand down. I just, Burrow being back, I feel like though if they're going to lose this game and everybody knows they're going to lose this game, what's the sense of even playing Joe Burrow the rest of the season? Why would you bring him back and put him behind that atrocious offensive line and even put him out there just to win a couple of games? Like, why are you not playing for the pick at this point? So to me,
it's a free win.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, unless like Cincinnati has some like wild pipe dream that somehow they can actually make a wild card spot, which isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, or win the division, which isn't going to happen. There's no
Exactly.
sense for him. There's no sense for him to play. So to me, I'm curious to see if Burrow plays the whole game as well, or like if he starts and then Cincinnati just realizes like this game's toast, pull him, right? Like, but yeah, I mean, I'm putting on Baltimore, but I would not be shocked if somehow, some way, Cincinnati did something here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're still going to make this thing interesting.
Yeah.
The Ravens, they have a bunch of problems also, right? Like there's a lot of things they don't do particularly well this year, but it's a game they have to have. The Bengals, again, like if you're the coaching staff, if you feel like you're safe for next year, you got to start looking at, hey, let's protect our guys and, you know, let's get ourselves a high draft pick, because if for no other reason, you know, you're not going to go get a quarterback, but maybe you can move back, package, you know, get a package for one of those high draft picks to, I don't know, maybe get any defensive players or
exactly.
or
That's why I'm like,
line.
yeah. And I would have to disagree with Joe's comment. You know, they brought him back because people bought. Like, to me, that's dumb. Just because you bought you resell the tickets, dump the tickets. You want to see him this year, then he gets hurt, and then you're not going to see him next year. You're going to.
Well, no, he'll be fine next year. He plays every other year. Like it just.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But then, right? You're like you want a better draft pick, so you don't want them to win the rest of the season. Really, you want it, right? So it's like there is nothing there that tells me it's a smart move to play him just because fans make money.
It's not like you're keeping anybody on the defense anyway. So if they get barbecued, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, we saw Carolina sell tickets for $5. I mean, you can resell your tickets no matter what. So it's all good.
So this one here is actually my game of the week. And our game of the week is brought to you in part by True Fusion Gym. Free 5-day pass, any of the 3 locations if you use the QR code on the screen. Pilates boot camp, yoga bar, and more. They also have Reformer Studios coming to their Ballard location. So stay tuned for that. It is coming soon. Find your edge. True Fusion Gym. And yeah, so this is definitely the game of the week for me because it probably is one of the more interesting ones. The Bears, heavy underdog, but I don't know why. Because they're still winning games. They've looked good in moments. Obviously, Caleb Williams is the weak link on that team, but the entire offense is the weak link for the Eagles. So it's just kind of weird that the line is as big as it is. I do have the Eagles winning here. I kind of have the Bears to cover, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let Bears by like, so you think, well, yeah, I have the Eagles straight up. I have the Eagles too. I think the Eagles are going to win. If you're talking about the 7-point spread, yeah, I could see it being like a 3 or 4 point win.
Yeah.
Margin of victory instead of like a 7, or, well, technically you would need 8 to win that. So you'd need more, right? So I could see that probably not happening. But then again, also, you don't know, the Eagles, they're good enough. They should be good enough that like, they should be able to turn it around on the spot, right? They
should. We just
on the paper, there should be no excuses to like sit and mire and wallow in this crap that you have. Like you should be able to say, okay, this isn't working, and boom, come out firing on all cylinders the next week. Like I don't know. So I'm going to try to give Philly the benefit of the doubt there, but yeah, I would say they probably don't cover the 7.
No, and Donna, both teams actually have quite a few injuries, so it's not really that. Obviously, Brandon Graham being out is interesting. Saquon's going to play. I know he has a groin injury, but there's it's a game they need, so I'd be surprised. He might be limited, right? But he was limited last week. They didn't give him a ton of touches, so. But I mean, the Bears are. Again, they're just interesting. Like their defense is good enough. Like it's a bad defense, but it's not. It's one of those bend and not break kind of defenses. So when you look at the numbers they give up a lot, but they score just enough, right? because their offense is actually pretty good. So now their offense is really good in moments, right? Their offense is good in the scripted plays at the beginning of the game. Their first drive or two, pretty solid. Then there's a drop off. Caleb Williams is the, determining factor there. And then they have some scripted plays coming out of half where they generally do pretty well. And then, they've been able to find a way at the end of the fourth quarter to make some plays. So the Bears find ways to win. The Eagles have as well. Both these are very flawed teams. I do like the Eagles. I don't love them to cover, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you on that one.
This game is only funny because of Sonia. Panthers are a 10.5 point underdog, over under a 45. The Rams are going to beat this team up.
Yeah, I know. Bummer. I wish your team could win, Sonia. I'm gonna secretly be pulling for them. I'm not gonna bet on them, but I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna pull on them. I'm not gonna bet on them, but I'm gonna secretly hope that they win, that your Carolina Panthers win, so I can at least. I'm willing to take the loss in my pick'ems for that. So secretly, I hope you win. But yeah, no, I think the Rams are just gonna own Carolina. That's
the thing. Like I'm picking the Rams because they are the best defense as far as allowing points in the league. Then you go over to the offense where they are one of the worst scoring offenses in the league. Tough to win games that way.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not like the Rams offense is bad. I mean, Stafford is on an MVP race, MVP trajectory here. So, they don't turn the ball over. They put it in the end zone. They keep you from scoring. The Rams are probably the best team in the league as it sits today.
I think the Rams are putting up at least 30 points on this team.
I agree. Yeah. I think they beat them up because they're going to take advantage of Bryce Young just not being that great.
Yeah.
And they're going to get after him. It's going to be a long day if you're a Panthers fan. Panthers are going to be Panthers fans are going to be sad because they got a really Rams 100-3.
But when our Panthers fans
into Brad over here,
I was going to say, but when are Panther fans actually ever happy?
Well, I mean, they've been happy because they've been close, but it's not going to matter because their season is about to fade away because they play the Rams. Then they have the Seahawks in a couple of weeks. I think they have the Saints in between, and then they play the Bucks twice in 3 weeks. That helps them, right? If they can take care of a team that is really hurt, but if they don't, even if they split with them, it's not going to be enough to win their division. So they'd be on the outside looking in.
True.
But yeah, I mean, when you look at the numbers here, there's nothing that the Panthers do well enough that you think it's going to be, even competitive. Now, the line isn't a line I would bet on, to be fair. I don't like double-digit lines. I think the Rams cover, but if I were to just be throwing some low-end money on it, I would take the Rams to win, but I would take the Panthers to cover. That hook might actually be the difference. That 10.5, that half might be the thing.
I see. Well, we know for certain what's going to happen is there's going to be at least one garbage time score. And that's usually what ends, right? It's what I think is going to happen is I think the Rams are going to cover the spread until the last 3-4 minutes of the the fourth quarter where Carolina has the ball and the Rams are just going to go ahead and score. And then they're going to pull in, right? That's what's going to happen is the Rams are going to be up by 17.
That's exactly what I was thinking. We're going to get up by 17 and you'll miss it by the hook.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So because we know that there'll be garbage time score. So,
yeah, of course. Yeah, there always is. It always messes it up. Vegas always wins. That's really what it is. So, but yeah, the Rams are going to beat the brakes off them. This is not going to be particularly close. Again, sorry, Sonia, but
hey, at least they're not the Carolina Panthers of last year, Sonia, right?
It's true.
You've already quadrupled your wins this year from what you got last year, almost. Well, no, like triple, right? Because what did they get? What they get? Like 1 or 2 wins last year. They're at 6 right now, so triple.
Yeah.
If they got 2.
So this is about the win total I thought they'd have for the year.
Yeah, so they're already ahead of schedule. So I think
Exactly.
any win now counts. I think if you can lose by less than double digits to the rest of these good teams that you have to play the rest of the season, those are
Yeah.
wins.
It's at least
Right?
encouraging, right?
Yeah, next year. Look forward to next year.
So this is another one where the division just keeps winning. They're going to win over the Browns. Shador does get his second start. This is going to be the one where I'm interested to see his gameplay. It's not like he had a great statistical game against the Raiders anyway, but everybody was like, "Oh my God, he's amazing!" It's like, yeah, I mean, it was a touchdown and a pick.
Who was like that? His
200
dad?
yards on 50% throwing. Like, it wasn't great, but
No.
I want to see how he does against a good Niners defense. And he does have the advantage of the fact that Bosa and Warner are both out for the year. So they don't have a good pass rush.
No,
So
they don't.
he's going to have his opportunities. So it'll be interesting to watch.
I'm
It'll also be
interested to
funny
see
to watch the media because no matter what he does, they're going to lose their mind.
Yeah. Well, I'm also interested to see how San Fran stacks up against this Browns defense. I mean, especially after Purdy's little 3 interception game, trying to do his best Geno and Darnold impression. Like, dude, what's going on?
It was bad.
Right, like that was really bad. So I'm interested to see how their defense stacks up. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm taking the 49ers because it's the smart play to not pick that as my underdog. But
Yeah.
I could see the Browns maybe squeaking something out here if their defense just comes to play. And Shador, who knows, second game. I mean,
who knows?
Right?
Maybe he lights it up.
Yeah. I mean, miracles happen, right? So.
Well, I wouldn't be mad at it. Like if the Browns somehow jumped up, and this is one I got wrong. First off, everybody in our pick'em pool is going to get it wrong too. So I'm not going to have to worry about that. But yeah, I mean, like if the Browns were to jump up and get it done, and Shador has a great day, awesome. Because then we also get the added benefit of the Niners lose a game.
Yeah, that's another one where like, hey, I'm taking the 49ers because that's the smart play, but I'm not mad at it if the Browns win.
Yep. Yeah, that's that mentally hedging the bet. You're well,
exactly.
I mean, I lost over here, but it was actually a good loss.
No, exactly. So I'm happy with that move. So yeah, but I'm interested.
Based on the betting line, I think that's pretty much what everybody else is doing. People are taking some flyers on the Browns here. The line opened at -6, and it's down to -4.5.
Yeah, so people are starting to do a little believing in the Browns.
I don't know if it's believing in the Browns or if you're like, hey, you know what? If I throw $10 on this, my trip to the bar is paid for.
Yeah. Well, you know what's going to happen now is they're going to get down to the point where probably people were betting on the Browns to cover. And now you're going to get that spread down to the point where it's like the money's going to flip and be like, well, the 49ers, like if that gets down to 3, if that was down to 3, then I'd be taking the 49ers because I know the 49ers are probably going to win by 3, right? More than 3.
If it's a 3-point line, you're not even messing with it. Like you're taking the Niners straight up.
Yeah. So it's interesting, but yeah, I think this will be a 49ers game all the way.
I do think it's 36.5. Believe it or not, feels high.
Yeah.
Like I would actually take the under here. This seems like one of those 13-10, maybe 17-13.
Yeah, it depends. Like I'm trying to go. I go by touchdowns, right? So I'm thinking like, how many touchdowns can San Francisco get? Can they get 3? Can you to pull a 21 spot minimum?
I don't know that they do. I bet they kick some field goals here.
So say maybe one touchdown a half. So 14 for them.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking they're going to be like a 17 or 20-point team. And then I don't think the Browns get it done either. I think they're maybe a 13-point, right? So that puts you at the 33 mark.
Yeah, 20-13, 20-16.
Exactly. Like I could see that score and that hits the under because, the Browns defense is great. Myles Garrett's going out of his mind. And at the same time, the 49ers defense isn't terrible. Their numbers are actually worse because they've had so many injuries on the offense. So and the fact that their two main pass rushers, are done for the year.
Yeah.
But I still like them to be good enough against a rookie to keep this a pretty low scoring game. So I'm actually going to go the under, even though that line looks low.
It does. 36.5. But like you said, I think the hook right there would make me want to take the under, because I could see it being like a 20-16 and hitting like 36 on the money.
Yep.
So yeah, I would probably do the under as well. 49ers definitely to win. They'll cover this. They'll cover the 4.5. I think they'll win by like a touchdown. So I think they're going to cover 4.5.
It is funny because the money line doesn't really match their spread.
No, it doesn't.
Because usually if you're a 4.5 or something higher than, around there, that's like a -400, right? So for it to be as low as it is, lets you know that Vegas doesn't really trust their spread.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And then 49ers, you trusted them this week. Every time you pick the 49ers, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to stick with them, but
I've gotten them right twice this whole year.
That's why I can promise you we're going to see people in this league pick the Browns. There's somebody here's going to take the Browns.
I'm not mad at it. And at the same time, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Unless it's Scott, then I hope that doesn't work out.
Yeah.
All right. So then we got the Texans headed to Indy. Indy is a 4.5-point favorite at home. Now remember, the Texans do have the best defense in the league.
Yep.
So there is that. Over under 44.5. I do fully expect the Colts to
Yeah, you expect the Colts to win this game?
Yeah, I got the Colts here. I don't believe in the Texans. I don't believe Davis Mills is going to continue playing.
Is he
adequate.
Is he starting though?
I believe he is. Let's double check.
Yeah, double check on that one, because I thought I heard something.
So Mixon is back. Daniel Jones is questionable.
And what about Stroud? I think Stroud is questionable.
Questionable with the concussion.
Yeah. So, I mean, you get Stroud back, Mixon back, and you got Daniel Jones.
So Mixon is back. So when you're looking on the screen here, you see how there's not a red designation. It means they are cleared.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Mixon's back, which is good.
And so is Tank.
So to me,
I might actually change. I might change my pick there.
Yeah, that might be a smart play.
Let's see. Sauce is questionable with a back. That's not great for a corner. Lower leg injury for Daniel Jones. That's a concern because it makes it so you can't step into a pass very well. And I'm not even I'm not really a believer in Daniel Jones anyway.
No. If looking like the Texans are coming back full force. So I think I'm going to change mine, and
it's a tough game.
I think I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to go Texans. Screw it. I take the loss. I don't care.
You know what? Just to keep the difference from you, I'll stick with the Colts. Let's see what happens.
All right.
I don't feel good about it, but okay. Dolphins, Saints. This one doesn't require a lot of analysis. Ooh, look at that number though. -5.5. That's an underdog number.
That is an underdog number.
Hate that line. 96% of America on the Dolphins here. I did select the Dolphins.
Yeah, I just look at it as just two trash teams playing a trash game, and
which means it'll be competitive.
Yeah. Who could suck the worst in a 6-3 ball game? But like I'm thinking I'm going to give it to the Dolphins because they're home, but the Dolphins to me could lose this game.
I'm going to give it to the Dolphins because they average 10 points a game more. So that's the big thing for me is even if the defense for the Saints is better, it's not going to matter. you know. So yeah, I like the Dolphins here. The Saints are just so bad. I mean, they are the epitome of being 53 men away from a 53-man roster. They are just awful.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So sorry, J Train, your team is terrible.
They're this year's Pee Wee League,
pretty much.
You know.
And then speaking of another absolute garbage game, we have the Falcons at the Jets.
This one, I so badly wanted to take the Jets because I just hate betting on the Falcons. Every time I think the Falcons have a money win, a surefire win, they blow it. And every time I think the Falcons like, oh, you can't win this game, they win it. I cannot bet these guys right. They are so inconsistent, and I hate them so much for that. That it's like I want to take the Jets, but I know the Jets are just consistently bad. So I know like I have to hope for like the Falcons to play bad for the Jets to win. We already know the Jets are going to play bad, but I really, really feel like I mean I took the Falcons just to be the smart money, but I really feel like the Jets I can win this game. I'm not gonna lie.
They definitely can win the game. Both these teams are terrible. I think the Falcons will be able to do just enough.
Yeah,
they do have Cousins starting. I don't know if that's good or not, but
well, it's not a primetime game, so you don't have to worry about that because we know Kirk Cousins doesn't do good in primetime. It
is an early game,
so
there is that. That does help the Cousins action.
Yeah, but London is out.
The Jets are devoid of talent.
Yeah.
So,
like, badly.
Yeah, just everywhere. Now, Drake London being doubtful, that does hurt.
Yeah. But you have Bijan, right? So if you got Bijan, as long as you realize use Bijan.
So there's that element, right? Like which coaching staff is showing up? The one that actually uses the talent that you have, or the one that's like, who is this Bijan guy? And how do you get on the field? Like
I think it's gonna be a Bijan all day game. Like if you know he's already a fantasy stud, but like if he's my fantasy, I'm looking at like I'm excited. I think it's gonna be he's gonna be the whole crux of the offense.
Well, he's gonna have to be because the line doesn't hold up well enough for Cousins to be good back there.
No. But
you do have a Cousins that's going to be coming out with something to prove because he wants to get on a roster next year and he won't be on this one. So I do expect the Falcons to look better than they have lately. So yeah, I got the Falcons here. I just don't believe in any part of the Jets.
Yeah.
This next game is a really tough one to pick.
Oh, the Jaguars, Titans, or no, Cardinals, Buccaneers.
Yeah. This one was really tough because you have Baker Mayfield who's injured. You have all of their receivers that are injured. When we saw Bridgewater out there, he did not look good.
No.
Brissett has looked really good in moments for the Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals are wildly inconsistent. They have a coaching issue. But the roster says they should be able to win. They are still without Marvin Harrison Jr., so that is a massive hit. But, I mean, you're looking at two very flawed teams. Arizona doesn't get enough credit for the things they do well.
That's true.
But
I'm not going to give them credit
because 31 people on the injury report.
Yeah. That's an insane number. I mean, that's like 3/4 of the team. Like everybody's hurt.
Yeah.
But I would say I'm taking Tampa because Tampa's still got to try to win the division. I mean, the Cardinals are done. Cardinals are toast. They're not winning the division. They're not 8 losses now at this point. You're not even making a wild card. Like it's just not going to happen. So their season's done. So to me, Buccaneers still have something to fight for. I think they get out there and win. Now, the only thing I could say is I might have taken the Cardinals if they were home and because they would the rest of the season they could play spoiler.
Sure.
But being on the road, if I was the Cardinals and I'm on the road, I'm probably like, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go into this game and play, but I ain't worrying about trying to get myself an injury. So I don't think there's any heart there for Arizona to even keep themselves in this game. I think the minute that they're down, they're just gonna call it a wrap. So I've got Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I took Tampa as well, but it just seems like a game the Cards are going to win. It's
you got to figure we know nobody gets a perfect. We never pick a perfect week, so we got to figure we're due for at least 2 to 3 losses a week, right?
Generally, yeah.
So this could be one of your 3.
Yeah, well, and the worst part is I'm really leaning towards the Cards. And
Take them.
If they had Marvin Harrison, I would have taken him.
Yes,
but
I can understand that.
That is why I'm not. Is I don't trust the rest of the targets. Mm-hmm. So I'm taking the Bucks. It's a game I don't feel good at. This one I wouldn't put any money on at all.
No.
This game here, Jags are favored by 6. Obviously, I have the Jags to win.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Cam Ward has looked good sporadically. He even had some moments against the Hawks. So, he can move the ball. The Titans are just not a good team. They're not well coached. They don't have a ton of talent, and they're bad at everything. So, it's you can't feel like they're going to win. They're a 1-win team. That was a trap game. So I got the Jags here. Funny enough, though, the Jags can absolutely get in their own way and mess around and lose this game.
Yeah, no, I agree. They're not perfect, and then they can definitely do so. I just don't think that the Titans. I think the thing is the Jags can play poorly, but I don't think the Titans can play well enough to actually capitalize on that poor play, right? Yes. I can see this being we threw up 3 interception game, but the Titans not score anything off of those 3 interceptions, right? It could be a strong defensive stance. Offensively, there's nothing on that team. I think they're field goals all day long, maybe a pity, garbage time touchdown, but I think that's the problem is no matter how bad the Jags play, Titans don't have the ability to play well enough to capitalize.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, unless it's a pick 6 or a scoop and score from a fumble.
Yeah. Maybe a run back as we saw. I mean, that's what pretty much that's what made our game close really. And made people starting to worry at the end was the sole fact that they had that one, return touchdown. If they don't return that touchdown, we're in that fourth quarter is a different game. People are turning it off and going home early, right? It's because they got that lucky. So maybe they get a lucky play against the Jags, but I just don't see it. I just don't see that happen.
No, me either. But those things happen. But again, for the Seahawks, you're just like, oh, well, that one makes sense because they can never cover.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Then we have the Vikings heading to the Seahawks, and you got a rookie getting the start. So he's getting his first start. I don't think that's going to go particularly well for him. Seahawks are an 11.5 point favorite. I'm going to take the Vikings to cover because, like we just said, Seattle does not like to cover. They will play down,
and they will play down to their competition.
They absolutely will.
Unless Darnold gets some kind of wild revenge game. But I mean, the way the Viking season is going without him, I think he's had enough revenge. But I mean, what I am happy about is at least this year, because this game last year we lost.
Yeah.
And Darnold barely beat us and we lost, right? I just hope we don't get in. This is where we lose this game. It's because we get in our own way again. Darnold gets in his head. He's playing all Vikings. The Vikings know him. He does another 4 interception game or something like that. I can see that kind of stuff happening. Mm-hmm. Possibly is getting into Darnold's head. But if Darnold just does his thing and he's just and he doesn't get in his head, I think we're going to stomp the Vikings at this point. But I agree with you. It's going to be a lopsided game, but the end score is not going to show that.
Yeah, well, and
I wouldn't
especially
take
because
spread.
the one thing that the Vikings don't do very well is stop the run. So
Yeah.
we're going to have a lot of running games. So it's not like you're going to be lighting the scoreboard up quickly.
Yeah.
So at the same time, you can't rule out their opportunity because they have a rookie we have no tape on. So,
That's very true. That's very true.
And the things that I have heard is he is a very accurate passer, has a decent arm. So it'll be interesting to see. Basically, they have their version of Bajan, right? So, and so it'll be interesting to see because I mean he came out and looked pretty good too. So I expect this to be a tighter game than it should be. I do fully expect Seattle to get it done, but I think 11.5 points is too many.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the Seahawks will cover that spread. They never do anyway. They never cover a double-digit spread.
Ever.
I never see them cover a double-digit spread. So, and like you said, we play down to our competition. So most likely it's going to be like we win by, I'll be honest with you, if we win by 7, I'll be like, okay, that's a good game. But I have a feeling it's going to be another like we win by 4, win by 5 kind of thing where we're up by 10, we give up a touchdown or something at the end of the game. Like there'll be some garbage time scoring. Now, what I'm actually interested to see though in that game though, which would excite me, is the Justin Jefferson JSN kind of like battles. I'm because I feel like if they, we're gonna watch 2 of the best wide receivers. And I'm hoping, put up some numbers. I'm hoping like I want to see Justin Jefferson be like, yo, I can't be out on the field with JSN and he's putting up, 100 plus yards and like 2 TDs. And you got me going with like 3 catches for like 30 yards. Like, come on, throw me the ball. Like I want to be, so I have a feeling we're going to see that all day long. I think the Vikings are really going to try and mess with a little bit of a passing game because they really don't have a running game in my opinion. Yeah, right. Both voices, Dustin. No, remember Dustin. Dustin's a Lions fan now.
Yeah, right.
The Vikings are playing just poorly enough that Dustin's rooting for the Vikings. So,
the money line. Let me jump back up to it. Yeah, that's plus 500 for the Vikings.
Yeah,
and a minus 714. So I'd stay away from the money line. For Seattle anyway.
Yeah.
This game here, this is not going to be much to talk about. Chargers double-digit favorites. I fully expect them to cover.
Oh yeah, the Raiders are a dumpster fire. Geno Smith is. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know why. I don't even know what happened to Geno. I mean, I know I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I mean, he was great. We were happy with him. I was not a Geno hater. I was actually impressed with the way he played under his contract with us. I felt he outplayed his contract. He did well with us. He played under Pete. I have no idea how he went to the Raiders and became this trash.
I mean, we have better weapons here, but
I mean,
he hasn't found Bowers very well.
No. I don't get it. I don't know what happened to him. And I mean, I'm at this point where he's doing his best DK impression, just being a complete letting people get into his head. What is that? Twice now he's flipped off fans.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's not even the first time, the first time, you go, okay, he flipped off Seahawk fans, right? Because
exactly. This time it's its own fans.
Yeah. Like, dude, you've got anger management issues even in football. And these are Raider fans. Raider fans aren't going to tolerate this behavior. Like,
well, and of course, you also have Chip Kelly getting fired this week. And so who knows what their offense is really going to be schemed up as. You're starting to think maybe a lot of people don't live through this season.
Yeah.
So Pete is probably safe, but the whole rest of his staff probably isn't.
No.
So, yeah, I imagine the Raiders get ran over there. Bills, Steelers. I like the Bills here. They got to bounce back after last week. And the Steelers, despite having the highest paid defense in the league, aren't very good at defense. And even if Rodgers plays, being injured, he's probably not going to be great. Otherwise, it's Mason Rudolph, which I'm not a Mason believer either.
No. Yeah, no, I've got the Bills on this one. I mean, I give credit to Steelers. You know, you're doing your win normal process this season, right? You're going to be a 10 win team, but I think the Bills all day long on this game.
Yep. Right. So now, like these ones are quick because you're finishing prime time with terrible games. So
yeah,
Broncos at Washington. It's a 5.5, so anything can happen, I guess. But the Commanders have everybody hurt, and the Broncos have consistently found a way to win. I don't like how they're winning, but
they're winning.
But they're winning, and this team is, they're playing a Washington team that can't stop anything.
No, and it's so sad because last year this would have been a great game.
Yes,
at this time of year,
at the beginning of the year would have been a great game.
Yeah, like this is a sad because this to me was a game I was actually looking forward to at one point, and it's just like it's a bummer that this one's not going to play out. I'm surprised they haven't flexed it. But
when you were looking at the schedule at the beginning of the year, you saw this game and you're like, okay, like that could be a cool game.
Yep.
And in fact, the one team you were worried about was the Broncos. You're like, do they regress a little bit or something? But instead it's just Washington completely falling apart.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, but 5.5 lets you know that anything can happen. I still take the Broncos. I take them to cover.
Cover the spread, but I'm taking the under on the total.
I am as well. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Washington's going to put up many points, and the Broncos only play offense for 15 minutes. So, I'll take the under here as well. And then, of course, we wrap it up with the Giants getting absolutely smacked by the Patriots on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I know. I took the Patriots too, but let me just say this though. It's Monday Night Football. I know it's the Giants. I know this could be this week's trap game. I really feel like I know everybody's a believer in the Patriots now at this point. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Their record doesn't lie. I mean, they're doing well.
I would take the Giants to cover.
But, the 7.5, I would agree. I'd take Giants. But I mean, like, I would not be surprised if Giants squeak this one out.
I could see it, but they're the team that has found ways to lose, right? Yeah. So they are the team that are snatching losses out of the jaws of victory instead of doing it the correct way. So that being said, we are right up against it. So if you have not locked in your picks, you better do it because kickoff is real soon. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants were to sneak this thing out. But I think the defense for the Patriots are way too well coached to let that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. So Patriots all day long. Probably be a Monday night game that you'll turn off by half.
Probably.
Sleep through
Taking the Giants. Wow.
All right, Joe. I like you.
There we go.
You're a firm believer.
You're going to go with
an underdog guy. He's been picking all the underdogs.
He is. Yeah. I mean, Joe, you should just do an all underdog parlay because if it hits, you can buy a new house.
So true. So true.
That being said, that does get us to the top of the hour. Hope you enjoy the games. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And, we will see you next week. Actually, we won't.
You won't. You'll be in Mexico.
We will not see me next week. So you'll have to pick your picks all by yourself and remember to lock them in. Otherwise, zeros this time of the year are tough to overcome.
Yes.
That being said.
All right. Enjoy. Be safe.